Hi, I'm Deacon Dan Mazurek. I'm at St. Isaac Jogues Parish here in Wayne, Pennsylvania. And what I want to share with you today is a little bit of my testimony, where I came from and how God has worked in my life. So growing up as a young boy, I was number 5 of 8 kids in our family, and we would go to confession once a month. I would serve as an altar boy from 4th grade to 12th grade. But what happened is, as I matured into high school, I struggled meeting people and being more social. So I turned to alcohol as my crutch. Well, what happened is it ended up being so much that by my junior, senior year, my first year of college, I was drinking, and it was terrible. It was actually to a really bad place. Even to the point where the end of my first year in college, I ended up in the hospital. My dad came in and he said, "You have no idea how close we were to losing you. Your organs were moments away from shutting down." And my dad had worked at the hospital, so he knew all the doctors in our town that were there. So what happened is that summer I started looking at, there's got to be more to life. It just started coming in my head, there's got to be more to life. So I changed colleges. So I go to my second college thinking this is a new start, and I signed off on Catholic as my religion when I got there. So Pat called me and she said, "Hey Dan, there's this great retreat Halloween weekend. I know you're just new here at the college, so why don't you come and join us on the retreat?" Well, it took me about 6 times to finally say yes, but I finally went. And what was on that weekend, I had no idea what was waiting for me. I had young people telling me, my age, telling me how awesome God was in their life, how he was working in their life day in and day out, and it was amazing. So to the point where on Saturday afternoon, I go to confession, and by the humor of God, I feel like the prodigal son is finally coming home, to the point where even the priest looked like my father, and I needed my father's forgiveness for all that I had done to my family, to my father specifically. So I go to confession, I pour out my heart, and I walk out of that confession, and it's nothing but tears for an hour straight in the chapel, pouring out of me. The mercy of God was just working on me. I left that so on fire. I went back to my college, and my life changed. I had new friends. I had new way of thinking. So I ended up going on the national evangelization team for a year. I ended up in St. Paul for a year, knowing all kinds of people who were active in their faith. Going to Steubenville, building up my faith, finishing my degree. And what happened is I ended up meeting my wife, Anita, and we ended up getting married. And then years later, I ended up in the professional world as a professional automaker. I worked for one, and then at the same point, 13 years ago, I felt called to the diaconate. But this whole life has been all how God has worked and walked with me ever since that transformation. And I hope this helps you, and may God bless you.